Hello everybody, welcome back to Guitar Talk 2019. Jeffrey Vagale here, and as indicated in our last lesson, we'll be covering the right arm and the left arm positions. And the most important thing when playing guitar, and the most important thing when you're using your right arm and your left arm, is to be relaxed. If you see the best guitarists play, they're usually playing quite effortlessly. It looks really easy, and that's because it is. And it gets that way because when they're practicing, they practice to make sure that their muscles are relaxed. The more tension you have, the more restriction your muscles will have when they're playing. The more relaxed you are, the more your muscles can move. Now, a fast guitarist isn't playing faster than anybody else. He's just learned to be more relaxed, and also he's learned to make the movements with the muscles with less motion. So he's not actually playing faster, he's playing with less movement. So if you see somebody playing really fast, it doesn't mean he's playing fast, it means that he's really relaxed and the movements are really small. Now let's begin with our right arm. The important thing with your right arm is to begin with your neck and to always just make sure that the neck is relaxed, and you kind of want to let your arm just kind of droop over the guitar body here. You don't want it to be too far down, too far up. You just want it to be kind of hanging there. When you're playing also, be mindful of it. Stop while you're playing, in between, you know, in five-minute segments, and just kind of feel this. And if it's tense, you'll know when it's tense. You can feel it. You kind of tense up your muscle, you drop it again. You tense it up and you drop it again. And then you feel the difference between that, when it's really tense and when it's relaxed. And you can tell the difference when you're playing. Now when you're playing also with your right arm and with your picking, is you kind of want to let your fingers just kind of drop to the floor when you're picking. You don't want to kind of use the muscle to kind of pick down. Not when you're practicing, you know, your passages when you're starting. When you're using the metronome, then you can start getting into those motions. But when you're playing, just kind of let gravity pull your pick down. So up, let gravity pull it down. Up, let gravity pull it down. Up, let gravity pull it down. And all the while, your mind is with this. So it's like when you're practicing, don't let your mind wander. Be in the moment. Think about your muscles, how they feel. Also, when you're practicing, try not to think of other things. Focus solely on the guitar. And if your mind is wandering, try to keep your mind kind of moving around your guitar space. Some people, when they practice, they like to meditate when they're practicing. It's called meditation practice, where they're keeping their mind, and if it gets really boring, then they move their mind to another part of the body, then they move it back. So they're always in control of their mind. Okay, now with your right hand, now with your left hand, your fretting hand, again, keep your shoulder relaxed, your neck relaxed. So just kind of let your, you know, the same thing as when you're playing chords, your arm should just be kind of drooping over. Yeah, let gravity just take your arm. Okay, when you're playing, your fingers are on the fret like this, and also when you're fretting the notes, so like this. Also when you're fretting the notes, you don't want to kind of push your finger down really hard. Yeah, you just want your fingers to touch the string where it makes that sound. And also another really cool tip that I'd like to let you know is, if you really want to be fast and you really want to be relaxed, when you're practicing, practice in a way that those notes don't come out. So you're practicing, and they're just, your fingers are just touching the strings. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And your pick is the same thing. So it's not, you're not making a sound with the notes. Then you know you're really relaxed because you're not forcing it. You're not pushing. You're not applying pressure in your muscular neural system. Yeah. So when you're playing, you put your fingers down on the string. 2, 3. And if you have problems with tension right now, the best way to practice is to not make a sound with the notes. You just practice to get the movement of the muscle, to get the gesture of the movement in. So you just kind of, you press the note down, you press the second note down, third note, and the fourth note. Say if you're playing a chromatic run, and it's not making a sound. You're just moving your fingers so that your fingers recognize that movement, not to make the sound. You follow? Because if you want to make the sound, that's when tension comes in. But you're not at that stage yet if you have a lot of bad habits from previous years. And a lot of us self-taught guitarists, myself included, and I'm sure you are too. We have tension, from years and years of playing incorrectly. So the best way to get rid of that is to play the opposite. Play like you don't want to make a sound. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the while keeping your mind on the whole of your body. So that's it for this week. Next week I'll be going more into practicing in a way that reduces tension, and also I'll be going into right arm coordination techniques with your left arm. So that's it for this week. We'll see you next week, and enjoy this clip, this song that I composed. It's called Sunday. Bye.